Something unexpected has just come to light in Uruguay, something that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about early human history in South America. In the quiet marshlands near Sloth, a heel bone from a giant ground sloth was unearthed. At first glance, it seemed like just another fossil, but closer examination revealed a mysterious, cone-shaped wound, clear and precise, unlike anything nature would have left behind. The fossil belonged to Lestodon armatus, a massive ground sloth that once roamed the region. It was found at the Arroyo del Vizcaíno site, a location already known for yielding an astonishing number of prehistoric remains, most of them from this colossal creature that could grow up to 13 feet long. The discovery has the potential to change our understanding of when humans first arrived in South America, shows signs of having been inflicted by a human-made weapon. It's not a jagged, torn gash like one caused by a predator's bite. It's clean, deliberate. Dr. Richard Farina, a paleontologist at the Universidad de la República in Uruguay, led the study. Using CT scans, silicone casts, and high-powered microscopes, his team created 3D models of the wound. What they found was astonishing. Fine striations in a spiral pattern, evidence that the object had twisted as it pierced the bone, much like what you'd see from a thrusting spear. Even more compelling, they discovered traces of organic fibers inside the wound, likely remnants of a wooden shaft or spear tip. This wasn't scavenging, it was hunting. The implications are staggering. If confirmed, this would push back the earliest known human presence in South America. The oldest widely accepted evidence came from White Sands National Park in New Mexico. The wound's 60-degree angle relative to the ground suggested something else too. The attack happened at close range. The researchers believe the weapon had a rounded, possibly fire-hardened wooden tip or was made of bone or ivory, securely attached to a wooden shaft. It would have taken strength, skill, and courage to confront a 4-ton animal standing over 6.5 feet tall. Alternative theories for the bone's damage were thoroughly ruled out. The team considered the possibility of carnivore bites, natural breakage, and erosion, but those scenarios didn't match the clean geometry of the wound. Carnivore teeth would have crushed or torn the bone, not left a smooth circular cavity. Accidental trauma from falling rocks or movement in the sediment would have created uneven fractures, not the cone-shaped channel the scientists found. The Arroyo del Vizcaíno site itself is a treasure trove of prehistoric life. Many bones bear cut marks and signs of human activity. Over 40 with such modifications have been documented. This suggests that early humans not only visited the area but interacted with its megafauna repeatedly over time. Dr. Farina and his team are convinced that these people were not simply scavengers. They were skilled hunters who knew how to craft effective weapons and take down massive prey. Their presence in Uruguay at such an early date paints a new picture of prehistoric life in the America. The presence of organic residues inside the sloth's wound adds another layer of intrigue. These microscopic plant fibers, likely from a spear shaft or point, indicate that early humans were already crafting composite hunting tools and advanced technology for the time. Rather than using simple wooden sticks, they were engineering weapons with hardened tips made of wood, bone, or ivory, mounted onto shafts to improve penetration and durability. This level of sophistication suggests a deep understanding of tool-making and the behavior of their prey. Successfully hunting Lestodon armatus, a beast that could crush a human with its weight alone, required coordination, strength, and precision. The discovery proves that early humans were not passive foragers. They were apex predators capable of bringing down giants. Still, as groundbreaking as the evidence is, the researchers are cautious. While the wound structure and accompanying residue strongly suggest human agency, the team acknowledges that further confirmation is needed. Excavations at Arroyo del Vizcaíno are ongoing, and each new find, whether it's a cut-marked bone or a potential stone tool, could strengthen the case. This isn't the only site challenging the old story of human migration. Similar early evidence has emerged from sites in Mexico, Brazil, and Chile, all pointing to the possibility that humans reached the Americas long before the Clovis culture, which was once thought to be the first. These findings are helping dismantle the Clovis first model and replace it with a far more complex and ancient human history. What makes the Arroyo del Vizcaíno site especially valuable is the sheer density and quality of its fossil. It's not just a place where a few bones turned dupe, it's a record of prehistoric life, frozen in time. And if the findings continue to hold up under scrutiny, it may become one of the most important archaeological sites in the Americas. The significance of the site goes beyond just one injured bone. With over 20 skeletal elements recovered, primarily from Lestodon armatus, the Arroyo del Vizcaíno site reveals a thriving ecosystem, one shared by massive animals and early humans. The discovery of more than 40 bones bearing cut marks and signs of modification strengthens the case that humans were active participants in this environment, not simply observers, but hunters and tool users with a clear impact on local fauna. The extinction of South America's megafauna has long been debated, with climate change and human activity both considered likely contributors. The evidence from this site leans toward the latter, showing that humans were engaging directly with these giant giant animals far earlier than previously believed. If early hunters were present and consistently interacting with species like Lestodon, they may have played a larger role in their eventual disappearance than previously thought. The scale of what happened here is still unfolding. With each new bone, each tiny scratch mark or residue sample, scientists are piecing together a story of survival, adaptation, and innovation. Early humans didn't just pass through South America, they thrived here, crafting weapons, tracking prey, and possibly even settling for long enough to leave behind a substantial archaeological footprint. As new technologies allow for deeper analysis and more precise dating, sites like Arroyo del Vizcaíno are becoming windows into a forgotten era, one that defies our expectations of when and how the Americas were first populated. It's a clue, a challenge, and a glimpse into the past lives of the earliest South Americans. Against the backdrop of glacial climates and dangerous megafauna, these pioneering humans not only endured, they excelled.